Infinity Place is back, and today we are going to be ranking indie shows, or the top four at the moment, I think. Or at least the top four I actually know about. The four I actually know about. Which is Haspin Hotel, Hua Boss, Murder Drones, and Major Diddle Circus. I feel like this is a bit of a dumb short video, but at the end of the day, I just want to show that I really felt like doing something a bit didn't require much effort today, so I'm there's just too many indie shows really. Because of that, I'll only be talking about the main ones on the internet at this point, which are has been Hotel, Hua Boss, Murdrones, and the Major Little Circus. So I'll just be quickly moving these four up here. Just we're starting off with Haspin Hotel. I really enjoyed it on my first viewing, but thinking back on it now, there's definitely a lot of writing flaws in it. Uh, Angel Dust's sexual harassment in episode 4 was treated very seriously, but in episode 6, I'm pretty sure Serpentius got sexually harassed, and it was more treated as a joke. So like the themes kind of just kind of go places weirdly, and there's a little time for filler. It's just constantly going, and because there's no filler, there's not that much character development as there needs to be. I'll, there's just quite a lot of writing flaws. Sure, it definitely has a lot of positives, I'd say. The animation is really good, and and the characters are actually really charming, and the plot itself is a decent idea. It's really good, but there's just a lot of writing flaws in the story. In general, the pacing is pretty bad. There's like ups and downs here with the pacing. There's just not there's just not as there's just not enough character development though. There's a bit little. There's not too much at the moment. But hopefully in season 2 they fix like some of the writing problems in like the first season, because the pacing was just had no pacing was not great, and it just without filler there wasn't as much room for character development, and sometimes the themes can themes can be taken seriously but then be taken as a joke, like Angel does sexual harassment and Serpent's sexual harassment. But I enjoyed the show overall. Honestly, I'm gonna give it an A tier. It's really good, but it has a lot of writing flaws. Now on to Hua Boss. I wasn't really interested in Hua Boss exactly too much. If you go on YouTube with Haspin Hotel and Hua Boss nowadays, you'll see a lot of negative opinions of it on YouTube. Yeah, because honestly, there is a lot of the problems that plagued Haspin Hotel do originate do happen in Hua Boss. I feel, but at the same time, I haven't watched the show as much, and I feel like some of the I feel like in general the show is just trying to be a bit too edgy. Like there's just a bunch of like the mo like the and some of the running gags don't really work for me. Like the Moxie making fun of Moxie thing just kind of was not a very good running joke. Cause actually calling him fat because he is literally the skinniest thing I've ever seen. But in general, I it's just that, and the character designs aren't as like iconic to me as Haspin Hotel. It's just that they don't. Sometimes it's just that in the thing in like Hula Boss, they're immediate murder professionals. It's so like they're basically like hitman to go kill people on Earth, but in like episodes they barely like, do the job. It's more about the relationships, which are good, but I I just don't think this is like a pinnacle of indie animation. There's still a lot of writing flaws, and it doesn't stand out as well to me. I'm gonna give it a B tier because can be fun sometimes. Now, Murder Drones. Oh my god, I fell in love with this series instantly. I I honestly have been I honestly have stuck around the Murder Drones fandom for the entire duration, from beginning to end. Murder Drones. Oh my god, it's a thrill ride. It's absolutely awesome. I just don't. Man, I just love checking up on Murder Drones episodes from time to time. It's always fun. Anyway, I absolutely I just there's just nothing too bad I can say about this. Sure the final episode should have been longer, but that it was so epic, bro. It was so epic. The the art style, the characters, the developments, the fight scenes. Oh god, it was they were so good. They were too good, and that's why I'm giving it I'm giving it an S tier. It's just too good. Start to finish. It's honestly so good. Now, the amazing digital circus. Coming off as a Murder Jones fan, I didn't I didn't really get the hype into this series. I don't know. There was just something about it that didn't quite click with me. I don't know. Maybe it was the I don't know. It's just that maybe it was because I don't know. The art style felt like a bit more cheap than the origin. Than just felt a bit more cheap than Murder Drones. I don't know. And the characters were and I think it's mostly because of the fact there's only 2 episodes out so far. But honestly, but the characters are honestly kind of a bit of one trick ponies sometimes. Seriously. And in both episodes, I feel like they have a bit of a more pointless side plot. No, like more like in the first one. Honestly, the in the first episode, like gathering the gloinks mini game was kind of just there. Honestly, there I don't really sure, and the jokes didn't exactly stick as well with me. Jack's just kind of sure he's a lovable ASS, but he is just an ASS so far. But again, it's only has 2 episodes so far, so I can't exactly judge it too harshly. And honestly, the the theme, the Pomni, it's just something that doesn't really click with me that much. If it, this it didn't feel like it had as much passion as Murder Drones. I don't know. There's definitely passion within this, but I feel like there's I didn't get the same feeling of passion as in Murder Drones. I wouldn't, and the fandom definitely ruins the entire show. Honestly, and what else can I say? Is yeah, Palm episode 2 of Pomni thinking that the other characters in the circus will forget about her and not care for her is that entire thing is just kind of just it's barely there. There's like a it's in the opening, like in the opening she's falling down a hole, and the others are like not caring about her, like dying in their dream, and then it basically like 10 minutes later they talk about like gummy goo realizing he's not real and there's no point in his existence, and she and Bonnie talk about it, and then in the end gummy goo dies abruptly. They honestly Gummy Goo could have been so much more. Why did they have to kill him? And then to wrap up Pomni's feeling of people forgetting about her, that they set a funeral for Kaufmo and say good things about him that cures it. Yeah, sometimes I just it feels like there's just a lot less going on in this show. There's just it's like 25 minutes each, but there's barely anything going on sometimes. It's just there's just nothing. I just don't know why. I don't exactly like it. There's again, it's only 2 episodes, but there's something about this that doesn't really click with me. But I'm gonna go ahead and C tier. It's a bit mid to me. Anyway, that's all for today. Murder joins an S tier, Haspin Hotel in A tier, Little Boss in B tier, and these are Little Circus in C tier. Alright. Bye. Goodbye.